Hey everybody, it's Shaz. On this channel, I document my raw advice, lessons I've learned in scaling an AI agency to multiple six figures a year. And today I'm going to go over a very common question I get. I actually got it this morning on LinkedIn. So if you want questions, you could ask them there or you can comment them down below. I'm making a video on every single comment I get on this channel to truly help people save time because I waste a lot of my life trying to figure this stuff out. So I'm here to give it to you guys. So I get this this morning. Hey Shaz, I'd love to learn and start an AI agency. That's the context here. What do I start with? Make.com, Zapier, Go High Level, etc. All right, now the title of this video is something along the lines of do not learn this tool. And that should lure you to this video. Yes, it's a little bit clickbait, but I'm here to use that clickbait as a lesson. Do not learn tools, learn concepts. Guys, tools come and go. Make.com, Zapier, Airtable. Now, these are solidified tools in the space that you should learn concepts of, but don't be married to the tools, all right? Because one day, Make.com will have an AI agent that will just create the automation for you, meaning you don't even need to learn Make.com because people will never pay you for Make.com solutions. I have a video on that coming out soon. A lot of people are in trouble with that one because they're selling Make.com solutions when Make.com will just be the provider going forth. I digress. You have to learn concepts behind these things. So NAN, Zapier, Make.com, all of them more or less are automation platforms that offer automation solution services. Like you can build automations on these platforms, you could resell them, or you can use them for themselves. So you have to learn concepts when building automations that allow you to make money, right? You shouldn't be married to a platform. Now, there are certain advantages. If you want to self-host on NAN and get really cheap sort of automations to run at scale, NAN's there. Make.com, it's probably more visual and easier to use. Zapier might have some, has the most integrations, I believe, at any platform. So there are, inherent advantages. I'm not saying don't learn these tools. I'm saying learn the concepts. Don't be married to these tools because say you spend 6 months learning Make.com. And I've seen people say, hey, Shaz, I'm going to take the next few months to learn Make.com. Make.com drops an update that you are not needed anymore. You just wasted 3 months when you should have been marketing and doing all the other things. So let's go into these concepts that you should be learning, regardless of the tools that allow you to learn that concept. All right, a huge distinction. All right, the first one is just overall systems thinking. Systems thinking is essentially thinking in a way that allows you to develop the best systems, thinking about end-to-end systems. I'll actually just cover both of these in the same one because they're actually pretty similar now that I think about it. So end-to-end solutions building. When someone hires you, so for example, a client usually will hire you because they're in some type of pain. So if I go here, they're here. This is their current situation. They're really sad, right? And obviously they want to be happy, all right? This is the gap we're solving. For any business you've ever run, this is what it is. Very ugly faces, but you get the moment. They want to go from sad to happy in their business, right? Because they're too stressed, they're not making enough money, they're working too hard, whatever it is, right? This is where you come in. This is you. You come in and you sell them on this gap. And if you solve this gap for them, you can make money. Now, what I see a lot of people do is solve this gap, this right here. They just solve this. Hey, I'll just automate your onboarding. Well, okay, cool. Well, now they're here. They're still sad. They're a little bit happier, but they're not really. All right. Or I see some people say, hey, we'll do your onboarding and then we'll set up, tax automations for you, like two completely random things. All right. They're a little bit happier, but they're not really where they have to be. If you come in and you provide an end-to-end solution that gets them from sad to happy, you could charge, and I've seen it, upwards of $8,000 to $10,000. All right. So I want you to think of building end-to-end solutions and not just be building these little Make.com automations. If you build an end-to-end solution, and again, this is why it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Make.com, Zapier, NAN. If you build an NAN solutions as an infrastructure, you could put this into businesses and you could sell them on high-ticket solutions that solve the entire gap. All right. And again, you could use Go High Level to do this. You could use Make.com, NAN. You could use all of these platforms. You could use Zapier, right? But the fundamental concept is that what you are building matters. Doesn't matter what you're building with. All right. Again, see so many people making this mistake. All right. That's one thing. Or I guess two things we covered in one is systems thinking and end-to-end solutions. You can look up system thinking off the top of my head. Google will probably actually give you a better description of what system thinking is than I can. So feel free to use ChatGPT even to do it. That's sort of why we're doing it. But yeah, end-to-end solution building is probably one of the biggest mistakes I see. If you're just learning Make.com to build simple onboarding stuff, yes, it is valuable. Don't get me wrong. It is valuable, but you're not going to capture nearly enough of this person's attention and time and interest for them to pay you a lot of money. All right. Because if you come at them with onboarding, you're like, yeah, that's cool. That would help. But if you came with them with hey, I will automate the entire process after you close the lead, that is when you'll get their attention. Their eyes will light up and they'll throw money at you. All right. Probably saying, Shaz, that's hard. Yes, that's why you can charge a lot of money. That's why you're going to crush it in your service. Charge end-to-end, build end-to-end solutions, and charge for them high ticket. Another thing is be money-oriented and outcome-oriented. All right, what does this mean? I see a lot of people, again, onboarding, for example, if you're solving onboarding, which is, don't get me wrong, it is a problem. It is a solution. Like we are actually doing onboarding internally right now because we're scaling so hard. Things are breaking and we're actually losing out on time. So this, don't get me wrong, it's good. But what can you get from onboarding? You could probably get time saved, if that. Time saved. Like that's the measurable outcome people will get. So you could for your client, you could go say, hey, run your onboarding right now. How long does it take? After our service, how long does it take? The difference in that, let's say it's 2 hours. Let's say it took 5 hours before onboarding. Let's say it takes 1 hour now. You save me 4 hours. I can multiply 4 hours by my hourly rate, and you save me that much money. Cool. Like that works, right? But an easier thing is we will automate lead gen for you or help you boost lead gen by 10%. And this is a direct attributable outcome to money. All right. This is an extra step. Time saved is money made. Don't get me wrong here. Like that does work. But if you could just sell people on lead gen, it is so much easier to sell. So if you're outcome oriented, money outcome oriented, and the solutions you're selling, you will make so much more money. And that's not even the best thing. You will get insane attention on your marketing. All right. Half the game, guys, is, as you've probably noticed, well, that's really bad. Half the game is just getting people's attention. Like marketing is the hardest thing. That's why I recommend that everyone here watches my other video I have on marketing. It's probably the hardest thing to do, but marketing is the hardest thing. So if you're creating and you're going to people and say, hey, I will get leads for you, that's much more attractive. You'll get their attention much more than say, hey, I will automate your onboarding. All right. If you got a cold DM from someone and they said, hey, I'll get you more leads, would you equate with money? Would you open that, or would you open something that says, hey, when you sign a client, I will onboard them for you faster, right? Both are cool. Both are useful for different businesses in different situations, but the lead's just so much more attractive. You're just going to capture so much more of people's attention. You're just going to capture like a lot of people's attention instead of like the onboarding thing where people's eyes won't really light up. They're like, oh yeah, that's sort of useful. That would be nice. Yeah, but I need clients. Well, here, take my AI lead gen solution. All right, so you'll just capture more people's attention. This is like attention bucket, right? Something I just made up. Now that is sort of that. So if you're building solutions, no matter what platform it's on, make sure you're money outcome oriented in what you're building. All right. And the final thing I think is the biggest thing, and I think people are massively sleeping on this, is data collection. Build systems and learn how to collect data. Again, doesn't matter. NAN could do this. Zapier could do this. Go High Level could do this. Google Sheets could do this. Like this doesn't matter the platform, but data literally, guys, more than ever before, data is money. For example, our service, you can check out my main channel down below. We have about 4,500 subscribers there. It's what gets me all my leads for my business. We are getting people to sign up for our service. We do AI content marketing systems, specifically on YouTube. We are collecting so much data on YouTube. So we're collecting data on YouTube that we could go ahead and use this data to our advantage. All right. What can we do with this data? We could train our own AI models. We could sell this data. We can't sell this data to other people. We could sell this data to people in our marketing, meaning like we have posted 500 videos for our clients. Here's what's working, right? We could sell that data and package it in marketing terms, best title frameworks, best thumbnail frameworks, etc. And we get the biggest things, like I mentioned earlier, we could take this data, for example, we could take this data, marketing, that's one thing, which I just mentioned. But the biggest thing, in my opinion, is using data to train AI models. Because then effectively, no one else could copy what we do. We have all the scripts. We have the results on the back end of what's working. We have all the data of which titles, which thumbnails, which hooks actually make money for our clients. We track all of that, put it into a GPT, put it into a fine-tuned AI model. We own that data. No one can take it, right? In the age of AI, everything is being easy to replace. I could go and replace a lot of SaaS companies by just working backwards, taking a screenshot, say, hey, ChatGPT, build me this. Go to Cursor, build this out. Go to Lovable, do the interface, all this stuff, right? Now, it's not easy, but it's much more simple than it was before. So the key lies in marketing, which you're going to have another video on that, or it lies in data collection. All right. If you collect data on your clients and see what's working for them, you have that data and no one can steal it from you. For example, there's no way that when I post for my clients or when we post, you could only see the views we get. You can't see what the leads we get, right? And we could collect the lead data on the back end and we could then say, hey, this title made this amount of money. So instead of doing it with my hands, I'll show you guys. Title. Let's say this title or this video, I should say, /video made us 10K, right? Now, that is a framework we could do. Now, let's say we roll out to another client, right? Client number 2, we do a similar title framework, we just towards their business. Let's say they make 5K. Okay, now we have proven this concept. Now this data is something only we own. No one on the outside could see the conversions behind YouTube. No one on the outside could see sort of what's happening behind the scenes. So you have to collect data, guys. This is your edge. Please look up moats. I'm gonna have a massive video on this coming soon because I think people are doomed. Like some people have no moat in their business and they're doomed. Moats here are data, and another one is personal branding, which if you want to know more about personal branding with AI, you could check out my main channel. That's more what that focus is. These are huge. Data, personal branding, and then results as well. Like if you're actually driving results for your clients, you're going to win regardless. So that is huge. That's another thing I wanted to sell. So I know the title might not have correlated with this video too much, but I got you in here to tell you the tool doesn't matter. The solution you're building matters. And the tools, don't be married to these tools because they come and go. Build a good solution regardless of the tool that allows you to build that solution. All right, that is the key to scaling AI agency. That's the key to building a good service. Everything starts with the product, then marketing the product, selling the product, and then replicating it over time. So I have tons more videos on my channel about doing this, raw videos about marketing, offer creation, what to do, what not to do. I waste a lot of my time, but I finally sort of cracked the code in my own regards and been able to see very good success in the past months with my AI agency. And this is one of the biggest things that I wish I never spent time on. I spent time learning to make.com when it's not necessary. I just need to know how to build end-to-end solutions, become outcome oriented in terms of making people money, and then how to collect data. And then I could use whatever software I want to create these things, or I could hire someone to create these things for me, and I would have a functioning business in about 2 months. All right, so that is this video. If you like this video, you will like all these other videos that pop up on the screen. Hopefully this was enjoyable. If you have any other videos, I make all the videos based on the comments. Comment down below what you want to see. I'll make that video for you. I hope you have an amazing day and take action on this information. Take care.